Namaste everyone. Thank you for joining in this video. So today I would like to speak on a topic called the conjunctions of Ketu. Okay, and we know that Ketu is a dire malefic, but it is the most spiritual planet. It is known as Moksha Karaka in Vedic astrology, and the aim of Ketu is to give you moksha. Okay, but then moksha is a very debatable topic. Okay, but Ketu, one thing is sure, Ketu gives you dissatisfaction. Okay, Ketu is a planet of the past that gives you spiritual liberation. But then, as a result of the path to such, as a result of traveling the path to such liberation, Ketu will reduce the burden of material achievements or material attachments. Okay. So if you have a strong and favorable Ketu, it will give you all the best from the house where he is placed, and from the planet with which the from which Ketu is connected. Okay. And a strong and auspicious Ketu will give, in conjunction, a strong and auspicious Ketu will will shower you with the talents of the planets with which Ketu is in the same sign. Okay. But then the problem is the person might never realize the value of such talents and use them accordingly. Okay. So Ketu in conjunction with a particular planet will show the quality of this planet from a past life. Okay. And if Ketu is strong and favorable in your chart, it makes it possible to manifest the energy of this planet from the best side. But then if you remove the energy of the planet in conjunction with Ketu from a person's life, then it's all about merging into the void. Okay. So if Ketu is weak, then it can do that. Okay. It can remove the energy of that particular planet it is conjunct with from your life. Okay. So I'll come to the conjunctions in a bit. Okay. But you need to understand the concept of duality, which is being manifested here. Okay. So as I said, on one hand, there is automatically a blessing to have everything in life from the planet that associates with Ketu. And on the other hand, if Ketu is weak, it takes away the person's desire to manifest the qualities of this planet in his or her life. Okay. But then what determines the qualities of Ketu? Okay. The qualities of Ketu can be determined by, number one, the strength and quality of the dispositor of Ketu. For example, if Ketu is placed, say, in Sagittarius, then you have to look at the strength and quality of Jupiter, which is the owner of Sagittarius. You have to look at the location of Ketu's dispositor from Lagna. Okay, you have to look at the location of the dispositor of Ketu from Ketu itself. And you also have to look at the location of the dispositor of Ketu from the dispositor of Rahu. So all these factors will combine together to determine the quality of your Ketu. Okay, so let's see, what is the influence of Ketu on the planets that it joins. Okay, the first is the conjunction of Sun with Ketu, and this is considered to be a very good conjunction, a very auspicious conjunction from a spiritual point of view. Okay, so there is a particular yoga associated with this conjunction. It is known as Sadashiva yoga. Okay, and when the Sun is in conjunction with Ketu, or Ketu is in the sign of Leo, then it shows the character of the person which he or she possessed in the last incarnation. Okay, such a person will stand out from all others, will act according to whatever he or she thinks is correct, and will be socially will be different from others. Okay, now if the Sun is weak, or if such a connection is unfavorable, for example, if Ketu is afflicted by other malefics, then it will predetermine a quarrel and misunderstanding with others and a sharp difference from others. Okay, and it can also cause a lot of self-doubt and problems with others. Okay, and people with Ketu in Leo or having this conjunction, they'll always be caught in the network of their personality. Okay, because the Sun represents the self, the Sun represents the personality. Okay, and this is a position where Ketu can give knowledge of past lives, as well as the continuity of abilities developed during those lives. Okay, so Ketu and Sun, it also gives a lot of intelligence. The person would love to read books, and I've seen this, that Ketu, when it joins the Sun, it gives the flair of being in a library very often. Okay, the person can end up either building a library or end up spending a lot of time at the library. Okay, I recently did a consultation for a client who had this Ketu Sun conjunction in the horoscope, and the person actually owned a big library at his house. Okay, so spiritually, it's a very good conjunction. Materially, we have to decide, we have to know how this, the house where this conjunction happens, we have to determine the strength of this house and see, how strong that house is. Okay, if Ketu joins the moon, so this is known as a Grahan Yoga. Okay, it is a very inauspicious conjunction because Ketu is taking away all the qualities of the moon. Okay, and it gives a very unusual mind, a very unusual way of thinking. All right, so Ketu rules the spiritual world, and such a position will give insightful abilities, a strong sense of intuition, deep perception, clairvoyance, and a very sharp mind that can penetrate the essence of things. Okay, the mind can become very inquisitive and wants to deeply understand something that it studies. Okay, and I've seen this combination in several psychologists. They will have this combination either in D9 or D1, and even good astrologers who are intuitive will have this combination. Okay, now on the negative side, there could be harshness in terms of emotional expression. Okay, and it can cause some problems related to the mother. Okay, for example, there could be problems in your relationship with your mother that has come from your past life. And the mom, I've seen people having this combination. They have very unusual mothers, mothers who can control, who are control freaks. Okay, who can control who can control all aspects of the life of her son or daughter. Okay, and if you have this combination, then you need to vent out your emotions, okay, and not control yourself very tightly regarding every situation. Okay, and the best way to vent out your emotions is to transform them internally through spiritual practices. The moon and Ketu also gives subtle perception, but as I said, it will also give some restlessness and rigidity of emotional nature. Okay, it's like balancing on the razor blade. Okay, and one of the best practices for harmonizing such a connection is external and internal cleanliness. Okay, and that cleanliness can be achieved by physical external cleanliness, cleanliness in the external world surrounding yourself, or even physical internal cleanliness, which refers to internal cleanliness of your body. For example, Nadi Shodhana is a very good practice for people having this combination. Okay. Similarly, this is also a good combination for running yoga, for learning yoga. And most importantly, if you have this combination, you will need to work on your mental purity. Okay. And mental purity again works in two ways. Okay. In the outer world, where you can control what and with whom your mind communicates, as well as in the inner world, where morning and evening you can cleanse your consciousness by spiritual practices. Okay, so if Ketu joins Mars, then it means that in your past life you are actively working with the energy of Mars, and of course both of them are fiery planets and there is too much of fire. Okay, so if Ketu is strong, then it significantly enhances the qualities of Mars. Similarly, if Mars is benefic and well placed, then we can predict that the person was an was a rishi or was an ascetic in the past life. Okay, and people having this position, they were most likely associated with martial arts, with with the security forces or with the army in a past life. Okay, now if this conjunction is positive, then it gives a lot of inner strength, and there is a tendency to be very active and very aggressive when it comes to achieving goals. Okay, on the flip side, it can produce a lot of hostility, anger, violent words, violent actions, dictatorial habits. And at the lowest level, if this conjunction is badly afflicted, then it can cause rage and destruction in the person. with whom this conjunction is happening. Okay, so I've seen people go easily on the path of self-destruction if the energies of this conjunction are not utilized efficiently. Okay, and often these people have a very impulsive approach to life, but then I've seen these people having very sharp mental concentration. Okay, because Ketu is intensity, so Mars is logic. And if this conjunction is not afflicted, it will give soulful logic at its best. And these people have huge willpower. Okay, because the great Martian energy is amplified by Ketu's qualities of wisdom, creativity, and brightness. Okay, and these people I've seen, they are very adventurous. They have a lot of willpower. They are very, they're filled with vigor. But then again, they're on the negative side. These people have difficulty accepting and being satisfied with their strength. Okay, and usually this combination in the negative sense is known as Pishash Yoga. So if you have this combination, you might have had encounters with the supernatural. You might have had encounters with other worldly beings. Okay, I've seen people having this combination. They can move really, really well in the dark. And if you want to channelize the energy that comes because of this conjunction, then you have to learn something which is known as Laya Yoga. Okay, Laya Yoga. So this Laya Yoga will not only fill you with a sense of healthy courage and willpower, it will also give you the necessary options to control your impulsiveness and cultivate the qualities of a leader and not of a dictator. Okay, so these were the conjunctions of Ketu in this first part of the video. Tomorrow I'll see you with the other conjunctions of Ketu, starting with Mercury and then ending with Saturn and Rahu. So that's it from me in this video. I'll see you soon with the second part of this video. As always, kindly subscribe to the channel, like the content if you find it useful, and please share your feedback comments in the feedback section. Namaste. Om Gurave Namaha.